In the very rare case that your daughter ends up getting a chance to shoot her shot with an NFLer, here is our suggestions as to who they might want to stay away from.
I'm a great guy. I'm actually a great guy.
There's actually seems to be a few guys that don't think that.
Feel differently about me?
Yeah.
They just don't know me well enough. That's what it is.
There are still a number of players who've built up reputations that would probably make most fathers wary about them dating their daughter. So let's take a look at 10 of today's NFL bachelors who might not be the best long-term dating prospects for your loved ones. We really have no choice but to start off with former NFL MVP Cam Newton. Here is the quote from Cam that had everyone talking.
A woman for me is handling your own, but knowing how to cater to a man's needs, right? And I think a lot of times when you get that aesthetic of like, I'm a boss bitch, like I'm a this, I'm a that, no, baby, like, but you can't cook.
Okay.
You don't know when to be quiet. You don't know how to allow a man to lead.
Now, rather unsurprisingly, the internet came after Cam pretty dang quickly here, denigrating him for a rather careless display of sexism. Now, of course, this isn't the first time that Cam has been scrutinized for his perception of women. Back in 2017, controversy was sparked when he laughed at a female reporter who was asking him about a route tree.
Devin Funchess has seemed to really embrace the physicality of his routes and getting those extra yards. Does that give you a little bit of an enjoyment to see him kind of truck sticking people out there?
It's funny to hear a female talk about routes. Like, it's funny. But,
yeah, probably not exactly the kind of attitude or talk you'd want around your daughter, or really any woman for that matter. Never mind the fact that he had a rather public split with former girlfriend Kia Proctor, with whom he had 4 children with. Now, it isn't so much the public split as much as the fact that it came after Cam was caught having an affair and fathering a child with an Instagram model mere months before his 4th child with Proctor was born. Now look, I get that it can be hard to balance the whole superstar athlete thing with being a family man, but that doesn't change Cam's viability in a serious relationship. Now, Cam is not the only quarterback that you should be giving the cold shoulder to, though. Both San Francisco 49ers QB Jimmy Garoppolo and Green Bay Packers signal caller Aaron Rodgers have rap sheets that ought to draw some consternation. Starting with Rodgers, he's had a string of public and somewhat contentious relationships. His first foray into the celebrity dating spotlight came back in 2014 when he took up with Olivia Munn. The couple lasted until 2017. Rodgers has since put up some context to the breakup, telling ESPN, when you are living out a relationship in the public eye, it's difficult, he said. It has some extra constraints because you have other opinions about your relationship, how it affects your work, and, just some inappropriate connections. You get the sense that the future Hall of Famer feels a little bad for himself, having to navigate a public relationship with another celebrity, which might hold some weight. If maybe Rodgers didn't then continue to a string of celebrity flings, including those with SI model Kelly Rohrbach and Olympian Lindsey Vonn. At least he did finally settle down with a small-town girl from... Oh wait, no he didn't! He proceeded to enter 2 even more scrutinized celebrity relationships with Danica Patrick and then Shailene Woodley. Woodley and Rodgers did, however, recently call off their engagement, so who knows, maybe he will finally learn his lesson. But given his track record, probably not.
Got my second TV. I got one for my living room now and one for my bedroom. So,
do you really need 2? I mean, can I have one?
if you come over and watch some movies with me.
Okay.
Jimmy G, on the other hand, well, he seems completely secure in who he is. And that is an extremely wealthy 30-year-old with movie star looks living in California and making the most of it. Garoppolo has largely taken a page out of the Derek Jeter playbook and kept his personal life private, at least as best as he can. He learned the lesson early in his NFL career when he was spotted with an adult film star, Kiara Mia, in the summer of 2018. Life is different now, he told TMZ about his personal life. My life off the field. I've never really been big on being very public with things, even on social media. I'm not on there a ton, but my life's looked a lot differently. I'm under a microscope. It's like Kyle Shanahan said, it's a good learning experience. Just have to take it in stride. It is what it is. Now, in the time since, we haven't heard much about Jimmy G's dating exploits, but that, I think, is by design. Nevertheless, it seems safe to assume that he is, well, let's say, enjoying himself. Which, hey, that's grand! But again, not exactly a strong indicator for him being a suitable long-term partner.
8-0. How does that feel?
Feels great, baby.
It isn't just the QBs to be wary of, though. In fact, two of the league's most prominent tight ends, Rob Gronkowski and Travis Kelce, have done more than their fair share to make a parent nervous about how seriously they're gonna take a relationship. Now, Gronk has settled down a bit with age, and he has been in a relationship with SI model Camille Kostick for a while now. But, nonetheless, he still carries with him the same youthful exuberance of a true party animal that would make me a little bit nervous.
You once accidentally did some male stripping, is that true?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. Accidentally.
How'd you know?
Plus, there's the whole, well, 6-year relationship but no engagement thing. If you think Gronk was really ready to settle down, that he probably would put a ring on it, right? Not to mention that his dating history before Kostick, which, while largely mysterious, is rumored and believed to have been pretty extensive. And Kelce, well, the Kansas City Chiefs tight end literally had his own dating show called Catching Kelce, which to me is a massive red flag.
Cute.
You know, maybe it'd be one thing if he had actually found love on the show, but his relationship with Maya Benberry, who won the show, ended within a year.
I had a blast doing it, and sure enough, I found a lovely lady at the end. So.
Wow! So by the way,
How long
Catching
that
Kelce
lasted?
premieres.
So far, 2 months.
Which leads me to believe that perhaps Kelce was more into the one-man dating show idea as an interesting way to gain more public spotlight and a few warm intros to willing, attractive women. His next serious relationship was with a woman named Kayla Nicole, and the two have been off and on since 2017. Now, knowing his reputation, if you had to guess what her profession is, what would you say? Anyone who had Instagram model circled, congratulations, you win absolutely nothing because that was the heavy favorite. Of course, this isn't disparaging the work that she or other IG models do. I'm just saying it's pretty on the nose for Kelce, and it does point to what he is really interested in. Alright, next up, we have our star-crossed baby daddy portion of the show. Take Von Miller, for example. The former Super Bowl MVP has built quite a reputation for himself off the field for running through more than his fair share of Instagram models. Miller is believed to have only one son, Valor, with his then-girlfriend Megan Denise, a former stripper at Floyd Mayweather's club, Girl Collection, in Vegas. Denise has since moved on from her dancing days and is now making her living as an Instagram model. And while you might think that would bode well for their relationship, that could not be further from the truth, despite them having reportedly been engaged for a stretch before breaking up. And in the time since that breakup, Von's behavior has really solidified the fact that you wouldn't want him dating your daughter. Not only has Miller been flaunting new girls on social media, but Megan also alleged that he wished a miscarriage on her. Now, I'm not gonna speculate on exactly what is or isn't true. After all, this has turned into a bit of a he said, she said kind of deal, with Von now spouting off about Denise on Instagram too. But what I do know is that this kind of controversy usually doesn't spawn completely out of nowhere. And this is more than enough to cross Miller off from any hypothetical viable dating pool list. And while we're at it, might as well cross off Le'Veon Bell and Jalen Ramsey too, because both of them have very messy romantic lives of their own. Bell in particular. For starters, he already has 7 kids with 6 different women, which, call me old-fashioned, but that is more than enough reason for me to not want him dating anyone I care about. I mean, check out this nasty excerpt from Golden Blondie, one of Lev Bell's 6 baby mamas. That was one of several paragraphs in which the Instagram model utterly eviscerated Bell's character, or lack thereof. But I guess that's what you get when you flake on the mother of your children, like Bell has allegedly made a habit of doing. Ramsey, on the other hand, only has 2 children, and they're both with the same woman. But the controversy that has stemmed from their relationship has put a cloud over Ramsey's eligible bachelor status. In part because of the way he has publicly treated his baby mama, but also because of who his ex is and who she's related to. Jalen's on-again, off-again girl is none other than Breonna Tate, the younger sister of former NFL Pro Bowler Golden Tate. Tate hasn't played in the NFL since 2020, but he is still relevant in the media and has actually been feuding with Jalen over the way that he treated his younger sister. Ramsey was rumored to have broken up with Tate and entered into a relationship with a Las Vegas dancer, Monica Giovanna. The Rams cornerback even went Instagram official with it. And to make matters worse, he did it while Breonna was pregnant with his child. So, needless to say, Golden was none too pleased with his pseudo-brother-in-law, and he let the whole world know about it. Lastly, we have the Diggs brothers, Stephon and Trayvon, both of whom should send shivers down the spines of fathers everywhere. Starting with the latter, Trayvon was recently called out by his baby mama, Yasmin Lopez, for doing literally nothing for their child, going as far as claiming that he had seen Chosen for 30 minutes in 6 months. Now, he does seem to have a better relationship with Aiden, his 4-year-old son, so I guess there's hope that he might do right by Chosen and Yasmin. But still, it's definitely not a great situation for any new potential dating partners to enter. Stephon, on the other hand, only has one daughter, Nova, who he has an admittedly adorable relationship with. Multiple videos have surfaced that show Stephon being an attentive and loving father. He even helps do her hair. But just because he's a good father doesn't necessarily mean that he's a great boyfriend. And the word on the street is that that's exactly the case with Stephon. I mean, his former teammates in Minnesota said exactly that during a rather hilarious video shot at the team's facility.
Davin, what guy on this team would you least like to date your sister?
Diggs.
Why Diggs?
Man, no. We're going to leave it like that. No. Oh, Stephon Diggs.
Diggs. 100%.
Why Diggs?
Because he's not a guy that you want to bring home to your parents. Like, you don't want your sister to bring him home to your parents, so therefore she can't date him.
You're starting to be the runaway favorite for this.
Would nobody want me to date his sister?
But which NFL player would you definitely not want dating your daughter? Is there anyone we missed? Join us in the comment section below. If you like this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps out a ton. And hey, we appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching and we'll see you guys next time.